Hey students, this is Miss Went, and I want to give you an intro to this mouse genetics assignment. It's a Gizmo on Explore Learning. So if I click on that, it tells us to watch this intro video you're doing right now. There's the website for Explore Learning, so I'll pop that open. And your worksheet here, you should put into Notability if you don't have a paper copy. And looks something like this. So the little warm-up here says, heredity is a passage of genetic information from parents to offspring. The rules of inheritance were discovered in the 19th century by Gregor Mendel. With the mouse genetics one trait gizmo, you will study how one trait or feature is inherited. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the color of the mice. So we're going to start with 2 black mice, and we are going to breed them, which means they're going to have babies. So the computer will make sure one's a male and one's a female. You don't have to worry about that. So you're just going to write down what color the babies are. And remember that the color is the phenotype, what it looks like. Okay? And then you're going to grab 2 white mice and do the same thing and see what those babies look like. So let's get logged into Explore Learning here. So I've got, oops, there we go. There's Explore Learning. Make sure that you do go up to the login button because you do have a login code. It's probably your Schoology name and password that you use, but if not, let me know. Keep in mind I'm the teacher, so your screen's going to look different than mine, and that's okay. Oh, whoops. Let me drag this up here for you. Mouse genetics, 1 trait. You can see there's also 2 traits and some other cool things in here that we'll get to some of it. We'll run out of time, of course, but there's lots of cool stuff. But I just drug mouse genetics should be at the top here, so I'm going to hit launch to open that up. It'll take a minute, and I'm going to make the screen big here for us. So here is our mice here. So I wanted to take 2 black parents here, 2 black mice, pop them in there, and hit breed. And it looks like all 5 of them were black. I could hit clear and make them go away and do it again. And they're still all black. Now, if I just hit breed again, these 5 babies will disappear and I'll get 5 new babies. And I can hit the button to show statistics. And it shows me I've got 35 babies so far and they're all black. I could change it to a % if I prefer. I can also do this thing that says show genotype. And if I hover over any mouse, it looks like black fur. All the mice with the black fur have a capital F and another capital F. All right, so I'm going to hit clear and do the same thing for the white mice. So I'm going to grab 2 white mice over here. Looks like their genotypes are lowercase f's. Breed some of those. Babies are all white, and they're just still all white. I didn't get anything else. Okay, so that's kind of what you're doing for this experiment. Now, it is going to have you mix some things up later. You're going to take a black mouse and a white mouse, hit breed, and see what happens. Okay, they're all black. Then the directions are going to want you to grab some of these and put them in the holding cages. And what that means is when you hit clear, those guys will all go away, but you still have these guys. So these were the children. Now you can take the children back and breed them together and see what the grandchildren are. And now we end up with some differences. So maybe I want to take some of these mice, put them down here in the holding cages and do some experiments with them. Now don't worry about them all being brothers and sisters breeding together. Mice do that all the time. It's fine. If you're feeling like, oh, I want this guy, I'm going to let him go, you can throw him out the escape hatch, and that's cool. So that's basically how you work this gizmo. That's all there is to it. You have just these 3 boxes to kind of give you more info if you'd like it. You have these options for purebred mice. So if I hover over their genotypes, the black mouse here, it's a purebred with 2 capital F's. And the white mouse is a purebred with 2 lowercase f's. Okay, and by mixing them together, you might end up with some hybrid mice at the end. So you're going to be checking to see what combinations you get, and really you're testing Punnett squares. Okay, so let me go back to your worksheet here. Okay, later on you are going to see some Punnett squares. And Punnett squares are a hypothesis. So I think if I take a black mouse and a white mouse and put them together, the Punnett square tells me what I think I will get. Well, then you're going to use the computer program to see if it actually happens. If I think 100% of these babies should be black, is that really what happens? Okay, so the Punnett squares that we've been doing on our worksheets are actually a hypothesis. What we think, what we predict, what we expect to happen. In order to prove it, you actually have to go out in the field and breed mice or breed pea plants or whatever it is that the worksheet's asking you about. Okay, and that's what scientists do in real life. And sometimes they get unexpected results, which lead us to learn all kinds of new cool things. And we'll look at some of those unexpected things later on this week. All right, so this worksheet here has you just check out the purebred black and white mice and write down what you see. Then you're going to combine a black mouse and a white mouse together and see what kind of babies they get. Write down what you have for your data. Then you'll use the holding cages. So you'll pull those kids out and then breed those kids and see what you get. Okay. And then at the end, we'll kind of check this Punnett square out and see if the data the computer program makes actually looks like that. And then you have a few more to try out of combinations on the end. Okay. It really won't take you that long once you get rolling, but I am giving you 2 days to do this. In case you have some login problems. And also there's a whole bunch of your classmates that are behind on stuff. So I'm going to allow 2 days for this guy here. And then, so that'll take care of Monday and Tuesday. The rest of the week, you're going to have some choices for a couple different genetic things to check out. There'll be a couple Gizmo choices. There'll be a couple of other choices, maybe one about how you get the genetics of your skin color, or if you're interested in blood types, or things like that. It's all interesting, I think, but we just don't have time for all of it. And the more choices you can kind of get done and do, the more points you earn towards your grade. But you're not expected to do all of them, okay? But I do expect everybody to get this mouse genetics one done. If you have any questions, as always, please message me or hop on a Zoom board and we can kind of work on things together. So the goal is to get this done by Tuesday night. Have a great night, guys.